We are live. Welcome to Collectibles Show and Tell, episode 2. I am super excited, but before I start, I want to tell you guys something that I learned last week. So I've always spelt collectibles, A-B-L-E-S at the end, collectibles. And I always wondered why my DC boxes spelt it with an I. It's because they're two completely different things. So I am going to bring in my guest. First one. He has been on my channel a few times, and you all know him, you all love him, and that is Superrus 9000.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, mate? You got your five collectibles ready?
Yep, spur of the moment, got them all ready.
It's always that way, mate. It is always that way. I'll bring in the next person, first time on my channel, and it is an honor to have Carvey from Books NYC.
Honor?
It's an honor.
Anna. Did I get that?
Anna.
Is it an honor or is it an Anna?
Anna.
It's Anna. What's up, guys? This should be fun. Thanks for the invite, Simon. This is a bucket list moment being on your channel for me. And Russ, always good to see you, brother.
Hey, Carvey.
I got excited about the possibility of not showing comic books on a YouTube stream. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Although you clarified backstage that comic books are okay to show on this program.
Yeah, like I guess if I have
I wasn't sure. But
if you're going to bring a comic book, maybe bring no more than one. But I mean, at the end of the day, comic books are collectibles. But we show that stuff every day. So
yeah, exactly.
And there's a good chance that, and there's a lot of people I want to have on moving forward. Obviously watching all your channels. I see you do your little comic hauls, and then on top of your comics, you'll have, your little child toys and all that other stuff. Yeah. So I'm always excited to see what everyone else has. All right, so we go around the circle and we show an item each until
that's it. We just take our pants off right away. Like, what is this? No.
I am ready. There's not many people here right now.
Okay, if you say so.
Oh no! I do.
This is the first.
I didn't know it was that kind of video, but
it's the other Simon.
Oh, that's right. Who finally?
You guys should start like a law firm called Simon and Simon, because I would just love that if that happened somehow. But
Mad Spidey finally started his YouTube channel. So
I saw that, man. I had to give him a little plug on my community tab or whatever, because first channel, new channel plug I did on my community tab thing on my channel, which I don't know if anybody sees those, but hopefully he got a couple subs out of it.
Yeah, and he didn't tell anyone. Like, I just saw, because I think I saw Tyler from Whack Comics. He posted, "Hey, check out Mad Spidey." I was like, "What?" He didn't even tell me. And then I went to his page, his Instagram page, and he didn't have any advertising there either. He was just like, released it without telling anyone.
Well, I mean, as annoying as that might be, I kind of can empathize with that, I guess, because like when you're first starting out, it's like maybe I should just like soft launch this puppy and like let people find it, until I get used to it,
Sleeper release.
Yeah, there you go.
He unboxed them. Did you see his art video with these?
I did see the 2 art videos. Yeah. I mean, a little pro tip though, Simon too, Mad Spidey. Maybe just space out the videos a little bit. Like, release one video and give it a day before the next.
He did 3 in
24 hours. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
But yeah, make sure you guys.
They're good though. They're good videos.
Yeah, make sure you follow Mad Spidey.
They're raw and unedited, which to me, when I hear those words, my mind goes in a totally different direction. Probably Simon's does too. This Simon's does too. But keep going with that, Mad Spidey. I want to hear that in every single video moving forward. Although he does have background music, so to say it's unedited completely,
yeah,
I disagree with that. But we've already had a argument in the comments about that, so it's fine.
It's a very dramatic soundtrack, the 2 that he likes to play.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. All right. let's get this show on the road. Got
Do
my
it.
Batman with my coffee.
Yeah, I got some. I don't know. Oh, I should have brought my Batman mug to the table to match wits with you, but whatever.
I've had this since the 1989 movie came out.
Oh wow.
No way, really?
I bought this. So we went to this place in the city, and they had the Batmobile there, like the 89 Batmobile, and I got a photo taken with it. And my parents bought me this mug. Now, I would give anything to find that photo, but it's just lost.
Did you and
Russ
coordinate? Like he gets the T-shirt, you get the mug. Like I have that logo on a hat. Like I could have brought that to the table, but
we could do it.
What are you gonna do? We didn't put in the effort, so it's okay.
Alrighty, boys. I'm gonna start off, with a figurine with a little bit of backstory. So when I first started, obviously getting into comics, the first day I actually went and bought a comic. I didn't want to buy floppies. I didn't know. I was too scared to buy floppies. So a week before I bought my first floppy, I bought a couple of trades. And I bought the Killing Joke, like the deluxe edition Killing Joke. And I also bought this because I had this weird obsession with the Joker. And that's the Death of the Family story arc. And I picked up this figure about a year ago, actually, cool. Which is the Joker from that New 52.
Yeah, there's a button on StreamYard where you can be on the big screen and then we can be on the little screen.
Yes, that is true.
And then when it's
I normally do it.
And then when it's you could swap the windows. Yeah.
I've done this before.
So you say.
It's a pretty cool figure though. It's got the Joe's Garage written on the back.
Cool. Yeah.
He's got these little tools that actually come out, which I'm scared of losing, and I'm surprised I actually haven't lost any yet. But
Whoa.
That. Ooh,
nice.
Look at that.
That's some big attention to detail there.
Yeah. So I bought this out of the box and everything, so it was pretty cheap, and I just thought, why not? It's very dusty though from sitting on my desk. But yeah, I reckon it's a pretty good looking figure.
That's cool, man.
Because a lot of people don't like that Joker when he had his face ripped off, but for me, when I first got into comic books, I was like, man, that's cool that he cut off his face and stuck it back on.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody's got their own Joker preferences, so it's all fair.
That's right. So I thought I
don't have any Joker figures now that I think about it. So
I've got a couple of pops, I think, as well, but yeah, not too many. Actually, no, I've got a statue. I've got a Killing Joke statue as well, which I might show this time.
Nice.
All right, Russ, you're up.
All right, well, I'm going to kick it off with a Marvel Legends figure. I don't really have a story behind it, except I just walked in the store and there it was, the Stan Lee Marvel Legends.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty recent, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple months ago. I wish this was an actual signature, but it's not. All the boxes have that printed on it.
Yeah, I remember seeing
and
that.
It's printed on the shield too.
With the year that figure came out, that would have been like what?
I believe
20.
No, it's a fairly recent figure.
It's new. Is it after he died?
Yeah. This came out in last year, 2020.
Yeah, okay. I saw that. I saw that on a Asian Funk video.
Oh, okay.
I like the art on the back, the Avengers poster, and the Legends. They do a really good job on the likenesses.
Right.
Yeah, I've only got a few actually.
So
I don't. Sorry.
You were saying something else?
I was just saying that, I remember seeing that figure on one of Asian Funk's videos.
Yeah.
And then I went out that day and saw it everywhere. I was like, you guys have the same stuff as us. I thought you guys would have a lot more, I guess maybe stuff that we don't get.
Exclusivity or whatever.
Yeah, you probably do, and I probably just don't say it.
I don't. I mean, I'll be when it comes to the figures and stuff, I don't have all the knowledge. I just kind of get stuff here and there, and but I don't know what's coming out and what came out and stuff. It's not, it's hard to keep track of. I feel unless you're constantly staying in the loop on it.
I get emails and stuff like that from some stores, but it's mostly updates on pops and stuff like that. So
Well, I did also bring a Marvel Legends to the table, my one and only Marvel Legends figure, and it's complete in box. This was I'll show you the back first. This is Wolverine, Marvel Legends.
Nice.
Front, it's in pretty nice shape. You know, I'm not as much of an expert on like grading complete in box toys, like for condition or flaws, like because there's like a couple minor issues going on with this, but I wouldn't really know how that impacts value or grade necessarily, but pretty cool. And this was a gift that I got from a close friend of mine for my birthday, like I think like 5 years ago or something like that, maybe. So she gave me this, and I thought it was pretty cool. It's still my one and only Marvel Legends figure. So it was a great gift, but it clearly did not lead me into any sort of rabbit hole at all. So pretty cool.
Do you have any great
Wolvie Minions shirt today? So there you go. Yeah.
Do you have any graded figures?
I do, and one of the things I pulled for the 5 items is a graded figure for later. So yeah,
that is awesome. Yeah, because you get everything graded now. I've seen all the video games, because I know you got into collecting video games recently as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. Like, got into it like from a Star Wars perspective mainly, like because I pretty much, if it's a Star Wars video game and it came out from like the era of Xbox, the original Xbox, to now, like I buy it, you know, like I want to have it for some reason. But I don't have any like graded video game, like, you know, WATA graded games, or like, you know, sealed games. I've got a couple old like Genesis games that have the cartridge and the manual and stuff that I literally just found from my own childhood, like from 20 some odd years, or, you know, however long ago Genesis was like the current console and whatnot. But like I haven't gone too far down the video game collecting path, just a little bit. I still buy games mainly with the intent that at some point I'll play them, but that's easier said than done also, you know.
Yeah, because you bought a lot of older games, so it's like, I guess you got to have the console and it's going to be working and
I
stuff.
got the console, yeah. Like I don't have the latest, you know, in grade. Like I don't have PS5. I don't have what's the Xbox one called?
The Series X.
Series X or Series S. I don't have that one. I have the previous generation of consoles, the PS4, the Xbox One S, I think. And I did recently get a Nintendo Switch, but I only have one game, which is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is a fun game. But I haven't really branched out. I want to get the Zelda one. I know that, and one of the Mario games, but I guess I'm not really in a rush. You know, it took me like years to even just get the Switch, like frankly, you know, because that's been out for a while, right? The Nintendo Switch, like it's been a minute,
a couple of years now,
a couple of years at least. So you know, I'm trying to put some more time into gaming, but it's a commitment.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So when we back to me, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What do I show? I'm going to show this one because this one is, I guess, not so much comic book related or even nerdy related, but I'm a big MMA fan, so I collect UFC figures and things like that too. And this is just a weird one that I think most of these from this line anyway, my friend bought me. They're interesting looking figures. I don't think this necessarily looks like the person it's supposed to be, but I got a Joe Rogan. Which I thought was pretty funny.
It's funny because when I obviously know Joe Rogan's and his connection to UFC, but like when I think of Joe Rogan, I think of podcast. That's what I think in my head.
He was much more famous, I think, for being a podcaster than he is or even as a comedian.
Where's the Joe Rogan podcast figure?
I'm sure there is some.
Get a little microphone and stuff on it.
It's funny because the thing I remember him most from was an old TV show called News
Oh.
Radio back in the
Yeah, News
90s.
Radio, yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
News Radio. Didn't he also
Love
host
that
that
show.
show like Dare on
He was
NBC?
Fear Factor, I think.
Fear Factor, yeah,
Yeah.
where like people
yeah.
were like had to do disgusting, weird
Yeah,
stuff.
I couldn't watch that, man.
I couldn't really
Yeah,
either.
so
But
when I was watching UFC in the early days, and he was always commentating and stuff, I was like, why does that guy look so familiar? And it took me so long to realize, oh wait, it's a Fear Factor guy. But it was more News Radio because I used to love
Yeah.
News Radio.
dude, Phil
Okay.
Hartman is the GOAT, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a lot of stories about that sort of stuff as well on his podcast. Like, I've been listening to his podcast forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it was a good one to have.
Very
Joe
cool.
Rogan. When he had hair.
Yeah, and I like that era of packaging for figures because it's like very self-contained and hard to damage those that in that layout or whatever. Like I have here. This isn't one of mine, but here's like a AF-15 reprint with Spidey.
Oh yeah.
In that similar style packaging from the 90s. But
Yeah.
there's my quick extra that I threw.
Nice. I like that. Sneaky little extras.
Yeah, sneaky extras. It's Russ.
All right. We're going back to Russ.
All right. This next one is another smaller scale figure, and I actually first saw this on she was Pop.Comics then, but it's Flicks and Comics now. JoJo's channel.
Joe.
That's back when she used to do these like big hour-long hauls and stuff. And I saw this figure on there. That's the first time I ever saw it. And I immediately paused the video and hit eBay and found one for cheap and picked it up. And that is the 2019 SDCC exclusive Wonder Woman Cryptozoic Noir Edition.
Nice.
Awesome little figure from Cryptozoic.
I like
It
that.
might be hard to tell, but it's kind of like a black and white on the tones, but then the costume is full color.
Kind of has like almost like a New Frontier-ish kind of look to it. Yeah.
But as soon as I saw this on there, I had to order it.
So what line did you say it was?
It's Cryptozoic, and I believe it was from 2019.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I always have issues. The reason I never liked pop vinyls in the beginning is because I'm not huge on giant heads.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's just like apparently it's okay now.
Yeah, like I don't really collect pops either, just because I don't know. It's just not my style when it comes to figures, I guess.
It's so easy to fall into the rabbit hole with those. Like when I first started getting them back when I was just focusing on pops on the channel, before I knew it, I had like 160. And now I gave a little over 100 of them to my nephew. And my sister hates me now because her house is full of pops. But I've got a lot of free space for other cooler stuff now.
Yeah.
How long? Because you started as a pop channel, yeah?
Yeah. For the first year and a half or so.
Yeah, I remember.
I
when you
was
were a
just
pop
pops.
channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't remember that, but
I started in 2017. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Hey,
that's when I first came across your channel. Maybe it was 2018, but I don't know. Yeah. Yo, Bake.
What's up, Bake?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten them as gifts, and then I've also bought them. Like I said, I bought a bunch of Star Wars ones from JP, but I was just trying to kind of support JP, and I'll probably end up selling those or giving a lot of those away at some point. So.
I've paid a lot of money for it. I paid $100 for a Bruce Lee pop vinyl.
Really? Well, the most I ever paid for a pop was, I think, 450 or 500. It was a gold Stan Lee pop signed by Stan Lee and authenticated and whatnot. I bought it. And the only reason I spent that much money on it is because the auction was benefiting, I think, a good cause, I believe. And I bought it from the Great Legend on there. And then I just gave it to Bake later. He just gave it to Bake and his A-OK. So
It's funny because when
I
Pops
don't
first
collect them.
started, they were just like a lot of them were con only, and they only made like 400 or 500 pieces of each one. So they were like way more expensive.
Yeah,
And then they just started
one.
making millions of them.
Oh, is it my turn? Is that why I'm on camera? Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say the original ones were actually a lot harder to get, and they're all in the same pose or something. And now, as time's gone on, they've obviously been able to change their pose, and yeah, so it's interesting how big they got from such a small thing. Hey, we've got people jumping in now. Jackson Roy Kirk, Bake, Jojo.
What's up, JoJo?
What's up, JoJo?
John, look at
John.
these bad asses.
Yeah.
All right, what you got, Carvey?
All right. So what did I showed the Wolvie already.
You showed the Wolby.
All right. So I'm going to show something kind of, I guess, weird for a guy, but just bear with me for a second. So I do a show on my channel called the Star Wars Mega Haul Show, where I basically take all the different Star Wars stuff that I'm collecting, whether it's comic books, original artwork, like, you know, hats and shirts and swag and stuff like that, and you know, action figures, toys, and I show them on that show, right? On one of those shows, one of those episodes, I showed a Princess Leia Barbie doll. So it was a collaboration between Star Wars / Hasbro, I suppose, because they make the Star Wars toys, but really Mattel made these toys because they're Barbie, right? So, and I think that's the ownership of the Barbie brand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Mattel, Barbie, Hasbro, Star Wars, right? So they did a line where they essentially made these custom Star Wars Barbie doll display pieces that are gorgeous. They all look beautiful, and they were inspired by designs from A New Hope, essentially, like original character element and designs from A New Hope, taking some of those design elements and kind of merging it with the Barbie, Barbie look, I guess, you know what I mean, in certain ways. So they created basically this line. So I already showed the Princess Leia one, but I did eventually complete the set. So the set is a Princess Leia Barbie, a Darth Vader Barbie, and a R2-D2 Barbie. So I have both of the ones I haven't shown before sitting here. I'd only planned on showing one of them, but if you'll allow me to show both, I'm up for showing.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Okay, so this is the Darth Vader Barbie. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's interesting.
I don't know if you can see that, but
yeah.
So that's actually like Barbie and not Ken?
Yeah, it's Barbie. All of these are Barbie, but inspired by Star Wars character designs. I would show you the Leia one, but it's like up there somewhere, like, I don't know, back there on the wall. So yeah, so there's the Darth Barbie, I guess, if you will. I love these display, like, it's just high quality, it's just gorgeous, man. Like the way that these are presented. I know my lighting isn't like the best, so I don't know how much of it you can really see. But I love the Leia piece. This one's probably my least favorite. Like, I rank them. This is my least favorite. The Leia piece, I think, is my second favorite, which you know, I don't have direct access to right now. But this is my favorite one, and this is the R2 Barbie. Look at that. That's badass.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's like not what I pictured at all in my head. I was picturing like just R2-D2 with a Barbie doll head like glued on top of it.
No, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's still Barbie. So
yeah,
it's an attractive lady essentially, but the style is sort of inspired by the Star Wars character from, you know,
that's cool, man.
trilogy.
I like that.
So, you know, and even here, like on the back, it says, The Star Wars Barbie collaboration is an homage to Star Wars A New Hope. This eponymous collection, inspired by the film's original concept art, reimagines iconic characters through a distinctive Barbie high fashion filter. So yeah, definitely a rave ready Barbie right here. So yeah, that's my non-traditional pick, I guess, for this collectibles show.
That's cool,
That's
man.
pretty cool,
There's no collectible shaming here.
Exactly.
I almost bought I think they released it. I don't know if it was like a Justice League. There's like a Mera Barbie doll.
Oh, really? That sounds right up your alley. Yeah.
Which I considered for a little while, but yeah, I didn't pull the trigger on it.
Actually, I saw in GameStop one time.
Well,
just
so you know, I bought 3 of those, and I'm totally comfortable with my masculinity. So,
I think they're great, mate.
Yeah.
Now I don't feel so bad about my My Little Pony collection. All right. What have I got next? I'll do something a bit different. I'll save the Star Wars till last because I know Carvey will probably like that stuff.
Oh yeah, sure. I got one more Star Wars too. I'll show it later, maybe round after next.
Okay, so this is my third thing. So these are just some cans that I saved after drinking the fluids that were within them, and they were Justice League black coffee for Batman.
That looks better than this garbage that I'm drinking.
So there's a few of them, I think, but I grabbed this one, and I also grabbed this one just so I could one day show Russ.
I'm jealous.
Look at that. So yes, how do you feel about food collectibles? Like, would you have
anything with Gal Gadot on it?
I don't,
It's
you know,
good with me.
yeah, like I don't have really any food collectibles, but I could see the appeal. You know,
just because I always wondered, would you like just keep it sealed, or like I was like, no, I want to drink it, and then I just washed out.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Because when Wonder Woman came out, they had all this promotional food stuff down here. So you had like chip packages and all this stuff, and they all had Gal Gadot on it. Russ, I want to send all of it to you. So show up some Marvel stuff. I guess my next 2 things are kind of Marvel, I guess you could say.
I know.
Star Wars and Marvel. All right, Russ.
This next one, I'm stepping it up a little bit. This is a statue,
Cool.
and it was my first ever DC collectible statue. It's I think it's ceramic.
Nice.
And the other statues I was buying previously before this were like the plastic PVC Gallery Select statues that were in the $30 to $50 range.
Mhm.
This is my first step up into a more expensive statue. It is the black suit Superman from DC Collectibles. It's got the mixed media cape with the wire in it for posability.
Yeah, I remember when you did your video on this one.
One of my favorite things is the skull base.
That's cool.
And I found out after I bought it, I got it for retail, by the way, for $140.
Nice.
But I found out later after I bought it that this piece, the black suit version, was limited to just 700 pieces.
Mhm.
Nice.
So that was a nice plus because I got it from the LCS that always rips me off. So that was a nice plus getting this for retail and then finding out it was worth way more later.
That's always a nice surprise.
What? How tall is that? Is that the 6-inch version or the bigger one?
No, this is the 1/6 scale. I believe it comes in at 14 inches. Let me do a comparison from like a Gallery Select piece.
Yeah, okay.
The size comparison.
Yeah, there we go. Sneaking in some extras. I like it.
Yeah, but you can see the like size comparison between them.
The gallery ones are pretty good considering the price, although they're much. You said they were 30 to 50 over there. Yeah, they're much more expensive. Yeah. They're normally around $100 here for the gallery ones.
Really? Depending on, because they do have gallery ones that are more detailed, that are made out of the ceramic instead of the plastic, I think, and some of those go from 150 to 300.
Yeah,
but I go with the little plastic ones. I
don't
still
think
haven't gotten brave enough to jump up into the next level of
like
statues.
sideshow,
Yeah,
full size.
yeah. I was eyeballing a Starfire made by Tweeterhead, which is put out by Sideshow, but I just can't quite pull the trigger on the price yet.
I've never been able to pull the trigger on any statue,
Really?
which is weird. But that's kind of like one area of collectibles that I just have not yet really experimented with because it's a space thing. Like
Yeah.
it takes up too much space, and I already have very little of it. So
I'm still planning on getting the there's a DC Collectibles Jenny Frizen inspired Wonder Woman statue.
yeah,
That's still very much on my radar.
I mean,
And it's
if there's anyone that I would consider getting, it's something
Yeah.
like that because I could put it next to the Jenny Frizen cover I
Yeah.
had, original art.
It's
That would
still
be
in the
well, but
you have to get it on eBay because most places don't sell it anymore.
yeah,
But you can still get it for the retail 130 to 140.
that's not bad.
Thanks, Sharon.
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. I should have worn my hat with the same logo, but these guys didn't coordinate their choices with me before. So, anyway, okay. So I'll show. This might be like one of the weirder things I show, I guess, but also cool in its own way. So this isn't the item, but I'm showing this item just to sort of, I don't know, give a little backstory, right? So this is the first Golden Age comic that I ever bought. It's 4-color, issue 456, Uncle Scrooge, Back to the Klondike. So you have Uncle Scrooge and the little ones on there. And so I started my Golden Age, and if you've seen my content or my Instagram, you guys know I'm into the Golden Age, and
Quietly.
a few different, you could say I'm into it. And there's a lot of different things that go into Golden Age and whatnot, but I'm showing this because this was this is where I started with Golden Age, right? Was like Disney stuff. So this is my first, so I'm showing that because I now finally have added something to my collection from the pre-Golden Age era, which is called the Platinum Age. And while this isn't technically a comic book, it predates all Disney comic books. This predates any book that is considered a comic book by Disney. It came out in 1931, which is exactly 80 years ago, and it somehow survived that long. And this is
31.
What? Yeah, 1931. So that's 90
90
years ago?
That's
90 years.
90.
90 years. Okay, I underestimated. I suck at math. 90 years ago. So really, this kind of thing wasn't meant to survive, and it's miraculous that it did after 90 years and is in the condition that it's in. So this is the Mickey Mouse coloring book from 1931.
Wow. Oh.
So what this is it on the inside, it's printed in 50% black and white and 50% color, and the black and white areas were for little kids to like match up the color design so that they could have a guide and then be able to color it on their own with the guide next to it, kind of thing. So yeah, this predates all Disney comic books. It reprints content from old school Mickey Mouse newspaper strips from the late 20s and early 30s. And this is the first time like a Disney book was kind of presented in this kind of way. I mean, it's bigger than the size of a comic book. It's like it's I would say it's the size of a treasury edition, like one of those kind of treasury edition style books. And this is impossible to find. It's like the scarcest. This is like one of the most scarcest, rarest collectibles like in existence. Like it's so old, and
It looks like it's in good nick too.
So this is in about a VG plus condition, 4.5, maybe a little bit better than that. I'm not going to take it out and show the pages while I'm live, but I did take some pictures if you want to allow me to share screen.
Yeah, man.
But have you ever colored in it though?
Well, no. I'm tempted, but hold on. Let me find the screenshots. Oh yeah.
Can something like that be graded, or is that not something that CGC would do?
So I won this on Heritage, and for way less than it probably worth, which was a pretty much a steal for me, honestly. But I just got it in pretty recently, so I do plan on talking to CGC about it. But they don't grade treasury size books.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming, but they do grade. They do put like original sketches and movie, concert posters and stuff. They grade in these.
Oh, really?
In these like bigger sleeves. But I don't know. But this is like a thicker kind of book, and it's also a treasury size. It's not like a single sheet like a concert poster is, right?
Was that a giant Mylar bag?
It's not a Mylar. It's an art bag. Basically, this I used art bag and board, poly bag, so that
because I need to. I've got this one book that's like a giant size. I don't even know what size it is. I don't know what to do with it because I got no bags. I got no boards for it. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I just think, and I think it's bigger than Treasury.
Oh, okay.
This is a black label book here.
Yeah, I'm just eyeing that. It looks like it might be a treasury or slightly smaller, but a treasury size would fit that.
Oh, would?
They make treasury size bags and boards, yeah.
Okay, because I just had no idea. And the guy who sent it to me with no cardboard or nothing, so it got absolutely trashed.
Oh, man.
And I spent a decent bit of money on that.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen so you guys see a little bit of the inside of this thing, which is pretty cool. All right, there it is. Yep. So yeah, there's.
Well, looks like it's in really good shape.
It's in really good shape. So there's an example of the interior. There's the, I think, so that's like the credits page. Like if you were to zoom in on this area, you see the 1931 written in Roman numerals right there. Copyright 1931 by Walt Disney Productions.
Wow.
Man, that's awesome.
There's an example of the colored with the black and white next to each other. There's an example of the colored reference and an actual kid from that period who colored it.
That's a good coloring job.
It's a good coloring job. Whoever this kid was did a nice, neat job.
I still can't stay in the lines.
And that was actually like referenced by Heritage when they were selling it. And there's another cool example. It's called like Mickey at the beach or A Day on the Beach or whatever.
Wow.
But that's my kind of like really interesting one to show for tonight. Yeah.
How was awesome. You didn't save it till last?
No, I wanted to show it in the middle.
All right, nice. Yeah, that was amazing.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see more of this kind of stuff from other people. What are we up to? Number 4. All right. So my 4th one, it's not that exciting, but I figured I should bring something Star Wars because I'm not massive into Star Wars, and it's not like I don't like it. I'm one of those guys who's like, I just like the original. And the reason being is because I love Luke Skywalker. Like he was like a childhood hero, right?
Yeah.
So
same.
Every now and then I'll see Luke Skywalker stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that. So I bought that a few years back. I don't know what they call these, the Black series. Yeah. So if I was gonna get, I actually bought because my brother's a massive Star Wars fanatic, so I bought him the Han Solo, and then this was sitting next to it, and I was like, he can have Han, and I'll have Luke. So
all right, I'm just warning you that you're gonna hate me for the next one I show. Then, like, maybe out of jealousy. But
no, it's gonna be so. Yeah, I need to. I do need to. I want to watch Mandalorian. I haven't actually seen it.
Oh man,
I know the big spoiler in it, but I feel like that's worth.
Yeah, but whatever. It's still impactful, even if it's spoiled, because to some degree or to a large degree, really.
Awesome. All right. Oh, Slim's here as well.
Yo.
Thanks for joining, guys. So that was my fourth thing, and now we're going back to Superrus.
I got something a little bigger here that you're probably going to see as soon as I bring it into the frame.
Oh,
Very, very kind.
Captain America shield. I'll just sit like this for the rest of the stream.
It's not the U.S. agent shield.
No John Walker here, man.
John Walker love.
how solid is that? What's it made of?
It's plastic.
Okay.
Yeah. They have a metal version, like real deal, but it's over $1,000. Mine was on sale for $85. So yeah, I went with the plastic version. This ain't stopping. This ain't stopping no bullets.
Is that part of the same line as your hammer and stuff, though?
Yeah. It's Marvel Legends series prop replicas.
Okay. Yeah, they're cool, man. You need to
It's
And
got
you got the Mjolnir also, right? To pair it with.
It's got the leather straps on the back. Really good quality for what it is.
Yeah.
You need to walk the streets with it, mate.
I thought about walking down to the grocery store with it just to see what happens.
They are $200 here. That's how much.
Oh, really?
Zing is like a little pop culture store.
Yeah.
You? Well, here's the important thing, though, Russ. When you throw it, does it come back to you? Like, have you tested it?
No, I haven't thrown it. I think they normally retail between 100 and 120.
Yeah.
But they were having a 20% off sale at GameStop when I got mine, so
nice.
I got lucky.
Very nice, dude.
That's awesome. Awesome. So we'll get you obviously back on here in future episodes of us, and we'll eventually get through all your little replicas.
All right.
All right. Carvey, what you bringing?
All right. Well, I just kind of teased it a little bit since Simon had a Luke Skywalker figure for his round 4. I was going to save this for round 5, but I'm going to just show it now because symmetry or synergy or whatever you want to call it. And I'll show the other thing around 5.
If I get me a Superman costume one day with built-in abs, because I don't have any.
Oh, and you know what? I just miscalculated. I actually brought 6 rounds. I don't know why I counted wrong, but I'll find a way to sneak everything I brought in. Don't worry. So here's probably my biggest graded figure and my biggest Star Wars figure in general. It's the Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight from Return of the Jedi, which is also the version of the character that shows up in The Mandalorian. Green saber, original Kenner toy, graded 8.5 near mint plus, unpunched. See that?
Oh,
unpunched, which makes it like a Grail. I mean, I think it's a Grail onto its own just because of the Luke Skywalker and the condition and whatnot. Original Kenner Return of the Jedi toy. So
wow. How much are those figures worth without packaging, like without just our box?
I mean, it depends on the condition. Like much like vintage comic books, for example, right? Condition is key, right? Like if you were looking at a VG copy of Journey into Mystery 83 versus a VF Plus copy raw, there'd be a major price discrepancy there. So the same applies to raw, non-graded, complete in box Star Wars figures, because the vintage ones, the Kenner ones. So
the value is all in the card, right?
Yeah, the card back and it being sealed, unopened. And obviously unpunched is another kind of.
Because I saw on eBay the other night, someone was selling, and it was only $40, and I got a feeling I missed it now, and I'm getting serious FOMO. They were selling the Luke the Vader,
Mhm.
and 2 other characters. They were just out of the box. They were just all 4 of them, and it was like $35. And I was like, that seems cheap.
Well, the out of so unopened, I mean not unopened, opened quote unquote loose figures from the original Kenner line of Star Wars from the New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. There were a bazillion of them. You know what I mean? Like, not just, like we're, I mean, I don't have the exact numbers, but these are the most produced toys in the history of all time toys. So there are millions of loose figures. That's why the market for the loose figures is not that strong, because there's so many. You know what I mean? Like you could turn the corner and bump into like 100 loose, Star Wars toys from those eras. That's why like complete in box, sealed, and now the next level is graded for a specific condition, right? Is so much more, I guess, valuable and rare, because not a lot of toys were kept like this. Kids played with these toys, myself included.
Yeah, exactly. I used to have all those until my brother. Hey, can we just get a close up of his face? Because from memory, he looks like crap. Can we get a close up of his face?
Oh yeah, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like I don't know, like some generic white guy, really.
His hair was not even. His hair's too bright on that.
And like you were saying earlier, like the card back and the retro design of those original Kenner toys, I think are like the major, especially for sealed, closed, complete in box figures, is kind of where the appeal factor is for display purposes and stuff. So, so like I kind of like. This is like my pinnacle of Star Wars figure collecting, and I don't really plan on going after any like crazier grails than this. This is my grail, and I'm pretty much set.
Did you buy it graded, or did you send it to get graded?
I bought it graded. I've never sent a figure to get graded, but I think the biggest player in that space is AFA, Action Figure Authority, or Action Figure Alliance, or something like that. Yeah. So, and they have their own, grading scales and notes and things that they, take into account. So.
Yeah. So you just showing that makes me want one now.
Well, I warned you. You might get.
I don't need it graded though, and I don't even need it to be in good condition. But if I had a sealed one,
finding it complete and like finding it is the challenge. You know what I mean? Because the ones that are complete in box and sealed are both expensive and just hard to find, because people hang on to those.
Yeah, even having the figure alone, I'd be pretty happy with that. As long as I remember the Jedis, the lightsabers, they used to slide out of their arms. Yeah,
I used to have the loose figure when I was a kid. I don't know where it went, but yeah.
I know where all mine went. My brother took all mine.
Right.
All right. We're down to the last round. So my last one is another Star Wars thing, and I'm quite excited to show you guys this, because this one has a little bit of history on this one. All right. So I have the Star Wars
nice.
Original soundtrack on
Vinyl.
vinyl. And do you know anything about this, Carvey?
Not a ton. I mean, as far as the collectability of it,
yes, it's not this collectability. I guess there's something about it. So when I first got this, I told there used to be a shop that existed called Blockbuster, and I used to work there.
Yeah, may have heard of it.
So when I got this, I told my manager at the time. I was like, I picked up the Star Wars soundtrack on vinyl. And he said, does it have the poster? And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, check to see if it's got a poster, because if it's got the poster, that poster is quite rare.
Yeah.
So I went home and checked, and of course, I have the poster, right?
Oh, nice.
Now, to me, this doesn't mean, I wouldn't have picked this, but he said, this is why this poster is special. And I want to see if Carvey can pick it out. So this poster, this art apparently was done, I think, before the movie was finished or something like that. But I'm scared I'm going to damage it.
Don't damage it on our watch.
Hey, cat, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Jump through the poster, put a big hole.
I'm trying to see where it is, but there is something. Let's see if I can get this in.
Awesome.
But apparently there's something on this poster which is quite unusual.
Is that a Ralph McQuarrie design, like a concept design?
Yeah, it's a concept one, is what I heard. Yeah. So apparently the thing that's quite odd about it is what my manager told me at the time was like, there's multiple Millennium Falcons on there.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So there's like
Interesting.
all through there, and apparently he's like, well, you only ever see one in the movie, so apparently
I think you're right, but you're also wrong about that because it's actually just a certain class of cruiser ship in the Star Wars universe. It's not like they only made one. Like in the world of Star Wars, if you were living in that world, the Millennium Falcon isn't the only ship that has that look. I mean, it's a model ship. So in theory, that may or may not be two Millennium Falcons. It's like it's two of the same series cruiser ship or freighter ship, not cruiser ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was pretty stoked when he told me that, and then
that's a badass poster.
So
are you gonna keep it in the vinyl like that, or are you gonna display the poster? Like it's kind of folded up, right? So
So I just keep it in here. So when so I've got that story to tell every time I pull this out. So I think I did a video with the Grey Man where I showed him all my vinyls, and I'm pretty sure I told that same story, and he was just like, I don't care about Star Wars. All right. Russ, what's your last thing, mate?
All right. 1 second here. There will be a noise warning.
Nice.
Noise warning.
Go. Let me know. Go check that poster.
Got to set the tone here.
What difference? Oh, there you go.
Kavi might have mentioned it when I was showing the shield.
Yeah.
But this also like a little voice activation feature too.
Nice.
When you say Thor or Worthy, if I can find the button, it lights up with Odin's symbol. Thor. It's not going to do it. I'm going to look like an idiot. Thor. Man. There it is. It's on the other side.
Nice.
That's cool.
All right, let me turn this off and get the light back on.
How solid is that thing?
What was that?
How solid is that thing? Because I'm trying to find one at the moment that's made. Sorry?
Yeah, I was wondering what it's like. How much it does it weigh? Is it heavy or is it?
It's a. I don't know. I'm not good at judging weight. I would say maybe 10 pounds. It's a pretty solid plastic. It's got a nice weight to it. It's actually got some metal pieces on the pommel.
No, I need one for a prop for a video, and I need one that's kind of that I've seen these ones where it's kind of like a solid foam. Yeah. So it's pretty solid, but it's foam. So if it hits you, because I need to catch it, and I can't get. Yeah.
You could probably. I mean, you could probably catch this.
Yeah.
But if you drop it, it might shatter.
Well, that's the thing. It's more. I need someone to throw it at me, and then I need to catch it. So I think a foam.
Foam might be the best option because if you don't catch it, you're probably going to get a small concussion.
I came across a plushy one, but I was like, "Oh, that's not going to look as good." So that's cool.
I've actually on Entertainment Earth they have a giant size foam one, like huge, like. Sits up like this tall off the ground with a huge like block on it.
And you've got one more of those things. Do you have Stormbreaker as well?
No, I didn't pull the trigger on the Stormbreaker. It was a little more pricey. But I think the next one I'm going for is the Iron Man helmet.
That's right. That's right.
Sweet.
That's on the same price level as the Shield and Mjolnir.
Nice. All right, nice one. Carby.
All right, so should I do my little like the bonus one first, and then do
Yeah, man.
my real last one after that?
I'm gonna have you on. I'll have you on again, mate. But just go all out, mate. Just go out with a bang.
Well, this is the bonus one that I didn't realize that I had more than allotted, but and these aren't actually it. But I wanted to show these because and like this is like super water damage and stuff. Like these are ancient, like I guess reprints of Tintin stuff from Erge, or if you're French, or I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. I've always my whole childhood I said Herge, and that habit continues now as an adult. I say Herge, but the creator of Tintin. So I grew up reading Belgian European comics actually before I ever read an American comic in my life. Like my grandfather actually exposed me to these Belgian comics like Tintin and Asterix and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I fell in love with the characters, Tintin and Snowy and just the whole universe of Tintin, really. So these are like some of the original reprints and trades that I read as a kid. So was first exposed to comics through these that used to belong to my grandfather, but recently, and I think this just came in possibly yesterday. I picked up the whole complete set of Tintin in this box set that I'm not sure when this was first printed in this format or whatever, but in these 8 hardcover volumes, they reprint all 23 volumes of Tintin that was ever released, or they call in Belgian French culture, they call them albums, like a music album, but it's like for a series of comic stories, they call it an album. So Tintin had 23 albums of stories, and all of them are represented here in this hardcover box set. So now I can read the entire thing whenever I want, to my liking here on the shelf. So I wanted to mention that just because this is like goes all the way back to my roots as a comic book fan or reader,
And those books are the actual ones you had from when you were a kid? Like you've had them all?
Yeah, these over here are some of the actual ones I got from my grandfather when I was a kid. Like, unfortunately, some of them have been through the ringer. Like this one has like water damage all over it and stuff. So, but it's not like they're valuable. Like a lot of these are like 10th printings, and they were originally not printed in English to begin with. You know what I mean? So, but it's one of the most widely distributed and consumed stories or groups of stories of all time. Like it's been reprinted in so many different languages and cultures. And Herge passed away in the 80s, and he didn't, unlike a lot of big franchises within comics, he didn't allow it to continue on after he passed. You know what I mean? Like, so there's the Herge Tintin stories, and then that's it. It stopped. But the obsession and growth of the popularity of that content has only grown over time. Obviously, there was a Steven Spielberg movie for Tintin, and I think that helped kind of give a little bit of a resurgence to it, whatnot. And there've been all sorts of cartoons and other adaptations along the way, but I did want to mention that. So that was my bonus. Sorry, I probably took more time than I needed to on it, but
it's so good.
This is my 5th, and it would be weird for me not to bring a piece of art, right?
That's right. It's like if Mad Spidey didn't bring some art.
Yeah, so I saved this for last. So I don't know if John's still in the chat. He might appreciate this because I know he's a big G.I. Joe guy. So I'm not a big G.I. Joe guy. I'll be honest with that. I'm not a big G.I. Joe guy. I watched the cartoon a little bit when I was a kid. Never really got into the comics. But probably more so than anything with G.I. Joe is like I kind of have like a character crush on Baroness. Like who doesn't? as a red-blooded American kid. So so I do kind of like, so I do have like some variants and things like that in my collection, especially if Baroness is on it, like especially that Adam Hughes one that he did. I don't know if you guys know which cover I'm talking about, but that one's freaking amazing, right? But whatever, that's just tangential as it relates to this piece. But I also really enjoy the work of an artist called Jim Mafood. He's a comic book artist, but he also kind of crosses over, I feel, into like, a little bit of abstract and political, even to some degree, art. And he's kind of done a lot of experimentation over the years. And in my opinion, he's one of the best artists in the comic book related world, where he doesn't really do like, major interior cover work, but he's been in that world for a long time and is kind of, I think, elevated to more of like an artist, like an artist kind of thing. And so he was doing gallery shows and stuff like that, displaying his work at actual like art galleries and whatnot. And this piece was in an art gallery show of his back in 2013. So like over 8 years ago. And at one point along the way, I tried to get a commission from him, but I was unsuccessful, like too late, or list closed up or whatever. And, I kind of had seen images of this piece out there, but I knew it was in a collection. But it recently emerged, and, miraculously, I was able to pounce on it. And here's the piece. So this is by Jim Mafood. It's called, the name of the piece is called Make Love, Not War. And it features Baroness on the villain side and Scarlet on the hero side of G.I. Joe in a embrace, Make Love, Not War. It's a mixed media painting. You got the cobras on both sides. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. And I just connect with the art, I think, more so than anything on this, more so than the characters, I guess. But it's a gorgeous piece. I mean, tell me that's not a gorgeous piece.
It's got two gorgeous ladies making out. Yep. Yeah. All about it.
It is fantastic. So super happy to have this. Super happy to finally have a Jim Mafood in the art collection. And I already hung this up and displayed it. So I had to take it down for this show. But it'll go back up when we're done. So yeah. So that's
awesome, man.
And this has not shown up on Original Art Hour or on my channel yet. So this is the exclusive.
First appearance.
Yeah. Although I think a couple of the other items were exclusive as well, but this is probably the bigger one. But yeah.
It's awesome.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork by Jim. So yep.
So you did go out with a bang, mate. You did save some fire to last. I like it. It's awesome. And it looks like everyone else loves it too.
Beautiful piece. So yeah, I've got it hanging up to a bunch of other color pieces right now, like my Sienkiewicz and Frank Brunner and Shelley McCall. So, yeah.
How do you? Because I know a lot of your art's in your little folio thing.
Yeah.
Do you like change all the art that's hanging up on your walls? Like
I do, yeah, I do, because I pretty much have like a few different spots to work with, and I'm out of space after that. So it's like I just have to mix it up every once in a while.
Just start going for the ceiling, man. Putting everything up there.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Nice. Beautiful. Yep. Well, I think that is everything, which was good. That was fun. Thanks for
great show.
coming on.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get you guys. I've got a whole bunch of people I want to get. I literally had to cycle through because it was
off big screen for a second.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I
your channel. Okay.
Supposed to have 4 people on, but it was hard to get a 4th. But I think 3 works well. 3 seems to fill the hour. So, but yeah, there's heaps of people in the community I plan on asking. So when I couldn't get like some people, I just kept going through a list of people, and everyone was like, "Can't do it, can't do it, can't do it." So, but I'll get to everyone eventually, and hopefully I'll get you guys back on again because I'm sure you guys still got plenty of stuff.
Well, that was all my best stuff. So if I come back again, you're stuck with Funko Pops.
I've blown my water already. I've shown my best stuff. So
if there's anything I got, it's more stuff. So yeah.
Eventually, you get to a point where I just host it and just get everyone else to show their stuff, and I'll be all out. So, all right. Well, Russ, you got anything coming up on your channel?
Just the daily videos, and I still got my contest going. If you guys haven't entered yet, jump on that. You can get 1 entry for just a comment, 2 entries if you make a video, and 3 if you do both.
There you go. I've still got to do it. I'll definitely do it because I go back to work this coming week. So
did I enter that one by comment already, or I don't remember?
Yeah, you entered by comment.
Okay.
It's similar to Carvy's, right? As far as what you got to do, you got to talk about
just the first comic or collectible of any kind that got you into the hobby, and just sub up the 3 channels in the description, and you're in.
Yes, definitely sub up the 3 channels because I am one of them. Got on top. Carvey, you've got what you got coming up?
Next Monday, I've got the 2nd episode of. Is it next Monday? What's next? What's today's date? I don't even know.
16th.
Okay,
16th.
So not next Monday. A week from Monday, so whatever that is. The 26th, I think, is the 2nd episode of the new Original Art Hour Beyond show that I'm doing with me and Tony. So that's kind of a new format for an art show on my channel. I still plan on doing the old school Original Art Hour, from time to time when I can find a new collector that has an hour's worth of art to share and is willing to share, because there's a lot that goes along with that, and it's a much smaller pool of people to work with and whatnot. So it's harder to actually do a show consistently.
I thought it was a reboot.
Yeah, which is why I'm kind of doing this. It is kind of a reboot, if I'm honest. Like maybe every once in a while I'll still do the old version of the show if somebody's interested. But the new version of the show is much more dynamic, where we're covering news, we're covering original art auction scene from Heritage, Comic Link, Comic Connect, other places. Tony and I are doing our own art show, show and tell stuff from the art that we're picking up, but we're keeping it to like 4 or 5 pieces per episode, so it's not like the whole show is just us showing art. So there's a little bit more of I think other things to do on that show instead of just showing the art. But episode 2 is on the 26th, and then episode 3 is on May 10th. So it's just every 2 weeks, Monday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. It's a little bit of a later night show, but every 2 weeks, Monday nights, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Original Art Hour Beyond. On episode 3, we're going to have Micah Spivak as a special guest. He's the art buyer at Metropolis Collectibles / Comic Connect. So that'll be kind of the first time on that format that we bring on somebody that's, I guess, a professional in the original art world space, if you will, or marketplace. So that should be fun too. And we are looking, since we have 2 weeks at a time to plan the show, for other special guests, or bring on some artists, things like that. So it's a new thing that Tony and I are sort of experimenting with and figuring out, but I'm excited about that. So that's the only thing I'll plug, really.
That Sean Murphy piece you picked up was a good one.
Oh, you saw the episode? Thanks, dude. Yeah, I love that piece.
Yeah, I plugged it because I'm doing a weekly haul video now. So each week when I show my haul, I'm going to also plug the video that I bagged and boarded to.
Oh, nice.
So I plugged that video because I bagged.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
I was so close. So I actually hit up an artist on Instagram about getting a commission done, and he's Brazilian, and he cannot seem to post to Australia. And I was like,
oh, really?
And he was going out of his way. He was like asking, he's like, I'll find out for you, man. And he kept going back and says, man, I can't. The post office says they can't send it to Australia. So then he said, hey, man, I hit up an agent or something. and or an agency, and they're going to try to get it done. So I'll let you know. But then I just haven't heard anything. I hit him up again. I was like, "Hey man, did you hear back?" And nothing. So, but he was going out of his way to find out for me, and just I'm spewing if I can't get something because it's kind of like, yes, I'm going to get something from this guy, and then
Hey, if it doesn't work out with that guy, there's plenty of great artists out there.
But it's not affordable because he's not like
all sorts of price ranges though. Like I'm serious. Like it's not just unaffordable art that's out there. It's like there's a lot of good affordable art out there.
Yeah. All right. So for my channel tomorrow, for you guys still watching, I am doing a one-on-one sexy cover battle against Smiley Tory. So if you want to see some sexy covers, tune in at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Or 9:30 a.m. In Australia. It's always early here for me. So I'm excited to do that.
So and what would be like if it's like 9 o'clock in the evening or night for you? What time is it over here? Like, is it?
So today we started at 9 a.m. here, which was 7 p.m. for you guys. So it'd be 7 a.m. when it's 9 here, I guess.
7 a.m.
When it's 9
Not
p.m.
a great time for
which is why I prefer to do my streams in the morning to cater for the US crowd.
Look at you catering for people that you don't even live in the same country with.
Yeah, I know. I'm such a traitor. It's a shame. All right. Thank you guys who stuck around. And yeah, thank you guys for coming on. And hopefully I'll have you guys on again. So,
yeah, man. Anytime. Just let me know.
All right. Cheers, guys, for watching, and keep it simple.